Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Continuing on, man. I went ahead and change out the shirt too. So we got this brand new Superman shirt. You can take that tag off now. Let me see. Yeah, I just wanted to switch it up because I know we're going to be heading into the Superman area of this, and plus I was getting sleepy and getting bored. Okay, so Batman has this guy tied up, and he has begun to torture him, and he has him tortured using hot metal batarangs. And the next thing that we see is a scene that that terrified me when I was watching it. Is the bats come out, and there was the Save the Bat campaign by Zack Snyder as Batman v Superman began filming, and as we began this journey inside of the DC Extended Universe. And I think this is like this homage to that whole entire process that he went through. This is him studying those bats, seeing how they react, seeing what makes them scary and what makes them unique. And you see them coming out of some sort of area. I don't know if this is inside of his the actual bat cave, but they come out from there. The next thing, the next scene that we get into the Daily Planet, and we finally get to see Clark Kent arrive, which, I don't know, for me it gets me really, really excited, and I get I don't know, I feel like man, Perry is actually pointing at Clark like this, he's like he's doing this with his glasses, which is so Perry White. Perry White would do that, Perry White would absolutely tell Clark Kent off like that, all right? And so Clark must have told Perry about this idea that he had for a story, or maybe even about the Batman, and Perry's just not having it, man. He's like, nobody gives a damn about a story between you and the Batman, Clark Kent and Batman. Nobody cares about that story. And the next scene you see is Clark, he has his flannel shirt on, man, and he's just like, he's pissed. It's one of those moments, that just, I don't know, it's one of those moments that just get you thinking like, whoa, this is some real stuff that we're going through here, because Perry White and Clark Kent, they normally get along, but when they don't get along, that means that there's something really going on in the universe, man. That means that there's a story that Superman knows about, it just doesn't really understand, and he has to get Perry White to think, I guess be closer to the story in order to get that story, and then their relationship gets a little bit better. After the story is written and the numbers come in, he usually gets happy and he's like, okay, good idea, Clark. But until then, he's like, you got to sell it to me, and I don't think Clark did a good job at selling this. I'm trying to get one. Yeah, I want to get one screen cap of Lawrence Fishburne pointing his glasses, and then I'll continue on. All right, and then Lawrence, he just walks away, man. And, Perry White just walks away, and then the next scene is like Superman, where he looks like worried, disturbed, and also maybe just a little bit kind of concerned. And then this scene, I love this scene, man. This is where Lois, this is the first time that you get to see Lois inside this trailer, and she walks up and she places her hand right here, on Clark's heart and on his shield, the House of L, the symbol of hope. And she said, this still means something. And I love how she's just like this solid, woman, man, this strong woman right behind him, and just, pushing him on. Like, what if you have any doubts, you continue going on. This means something. And then the next scene that we get to actually witness and see is actual hope, man, and what the citizens of the world, man, because I think this is worldwide. I think this event that's happening here is worldwide. Now, check this out. What I'm about to say should immediately get you thinking of somebody else, okay? So here we go. There's this scene that has a couple of families on top of their homes, and there's flooding, and the flooding has reached every top level. So let's say it's a second-story house. It's at the top, and the only safe place is on the roof. And on the roof, they actually have this one family has drawn out the Superman signal, in almost like an SOS or a help message, and they're waiting for someone to arrive. Now, the first thing that I thought of was Hurricane Katrina, and I also thought of Aquaman. Okay, and the reason why is because why is the water why is the water an issue? Okay, and I don't know when this comes, but maybe this is just building up. Allowing Superman to go save, because he's a junior hero now. Okay, not junior. Excuse me, freshman, then sophomore, and then junior. But it depends on how they're doing this. If they're going by just stories, depending on how they're doing this, if they're going just by stories, he's a sophomore. But if we're going by years, then he should be a junior. But anyway, he knows what he's doing now, and he knows that the cost of doing this is great, and he needs to get this going on. Now, that picture that we saw during the teaser trailer, okay, makes sense now, because there's this lady, and she has her arms stretched out to the heavens, and Superman is sitting there gliding, hovering above, and just in his magnificent glory. And it's just, I don't know, it's like the best representation of Christ that you've ever seen, ever in cinema, man. I mean, I just love how she's reaching her arms out like, God, take me, Lord, please save me, help me. And then after that, you cut a scene which is a really beautiful scene. The Kent family farm, where the first location that we saw the Luthor Corp truck pull up, and then Dusty was sitting there, looking up like, oh, hey, who's that? And she's like, go get him. And then Dusty takes off and runs, bark, and then Clark walks up, and I found where I come from. And what you see now is her mother, which is a different story, because in Man of Steel, his mother, Martha, man, she was worried about all of this, and she didn't want any of this to happen. But now, since things have gotten so hectic and chaotic, now she's like, you don't owe these people anything. So she's changed, man. It's really, really the dynamic of the Kents' morality and their spirituality and just their compass and everything. It's fascinating, because this is what true parents would do. If you saw your son being attacked politically, socially, and probably, if she's watching, the news all day, because she's just sitting at home, her and Dusty, and you don't even know if Dusty's alive. If Dusty's not alive, then she's not doing anything except watching television, and listening to all this stuff, man, the hate mail and stuff like that. And we don't know yet if the general has found where Kal-El keeps or hangs his hat. So that's another thing too. There's a lot of different things, man. And why is she saying this now? What's going on, man? And then she also says, and her and Lois and everybody that I guess supports him are saying, if whatever you want to be for the people, you can be for the people. And the next scene, what we get, man, is and this one I might start tearing up, man. I'm gonna try not to, but it's kind of hard not to tear up. If you have a soul and an emotional bone in your body, you're gonna tear up, man. And it's just beautiful, man. Like, something has happened. There's a fire, and this fire is raging, man. It's a raging, burning inferno, man. And you have your firefighters right there below. There's 3 of them standing there. You have a fire truck that's right here, and then right in the middle of that, of these heroes, man, of these men that serve their country, man. Just like myself when I served in the Army, and all of my fellow veterans and people that are serving now. Those people that sometimes you can't be everywhere. You can't save everyone. We lose great people, but this moment shows, man, like, if you, I don't know, if you have the hope, man, if you keep the hope alive, everyone doesn't have to be a loss. So, you don't have to have, 100 out of 100 deaths. You can have 99. And I don't know, it just shows me that out of all that inferno, there's one life that is saved, and he saves her. It could be that, this is the only person that they couldn't save. And then he lands her safely, man. And all of the firefighters, man, oh my gosh, dude. Wow. All of the firefighters, man, they rush forward, man, to grab the girl. And the next scene is maybe a reminder of why, he should fight, and why he should continue to bring forth the hope and the truth, man. Because their arms are stretched out with the Day of the Dead, and they're obviously in mourning. And there's some really sad, like, it'll break you down, man, when you look at this stuff, man, because there's people that are wailing out, there's people that are tears, people that have their whole face covered up, and it's just, you know, they're in mourning, man, and it's just, I don't know, it's powerful, man. It's showing you, you know, what he can choose to do. He can choose to either help them or just let them perish. And the next scene that we get is a explosion at the probably like NASA or even in another country. I'm thinking that it's the Russian, because we've seen this picture before. This is from the teaser. We get to see a little bit more now. The actual rocket blows up. Okay, so you know how rockets normally they blow up from the bottom, you know, where the fuel is at, and then they start just, you know, level after level, boom, 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 boom. That's what happens, and then the tip is usually the last one that goes, man. Unless you're that one space exploration one that just blew up, and that one, the whole entire thing burst. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I digress. Superman, I think that he's either coming from this way or he just flew up inside of there and grabbed the last vessel that has the actual astronauts inside, and then he just comes down, and he comes down, man, to where he has this man of steel moment, man. And you can see the Russian writing, you can see the flag, you can see the number on there, and he just holds it down as it feels like it's crushing him, but he's like, nah, I got this, man. I got this. I'm going to set this thing down. But it's crazy because all that weight, and he just holds it. He holds it steady, man. And the next thing, man, we go back, and then they're talking back to Martha, and then we get a cut scene, which is very interesting because now we get to see two characters one that we know, which is Holly Hunter. The other one, I don't know her name, and I'm not even going to try to butcher it, but she's the lady off of the Wolverine, I believe. And, excuse me, you can see her actually open up the door for Holly Hunter, and that door is the same door off of the Entertainment Weekly, with the same designs as far as the background and stuff that you see on the walls. That's Lex Luthor's house, and Holly Hunter is with Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor has his hair on, and he has that same polka dot shirt that he had on, the turquoise polka dot shirt inside the Entertainment Weekly photo. And then after that, he begins saying those famous lines and scripts, man, about gods and devils. But this one's weird, man, because the next scene you see Superman kneeling before him, and he's kind of not touching his hair, but he's grazing his face, and that kind of tickles. But yeah, it's weird, man. It's absolutely weird, and I want to let you guys hear this one though. Hold on, let me just back it up. Let me let you guys hear this because
beneath us, Senator. The devils don't come from hell beneath us.
All right, so that was it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys, you know, heard that. It was, I don't know, it's just something that's really, really fascinating, man. So the next thing that we see is a U.S. Let me see if I got time. Yeah, I got about a minute. Okay, we see this U.S. MRIID, and I don't know if this is like a chip or if this is actually General Zod's body. I don't know if that's it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the lady off of the Wolverine is carrying that in with two soldiers. They're pushing that in, and then we get to see General Zod's body. I think it's coming out of that case, and then you open it up, and it is literally Michael Shannon's General Zod inside of a body bag. It's crazy, okay? But yeah, that's it. We're out of time, guys. Go to part 3 if you want to listen to this. And if not, man, that's okay. Let me know what you guys thought about the Batman v Superman Comic-Con trailer and all that good stuff. And what was your favorite part about Comic-Con? And I'll see you guys in the comment box. Right here.